Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Batch 365. My name is Ritu, and I am your trainer. Students, before proceeding further, let me clear that first three sessions will be free to attend, and from the fourth session, Zoom link meeting will be changed and will be provided to the registered participants only. So if you want to proceed further with this batch and you are happy with this, then go ahead and join our WhatsApp community group and follow with the announcement option. And in case you have any queries, contact our support team. You can directly mail them at support@logiclabstech.com, or you can call them on the numbers given on the screen. Fine. And in case you have any questions, if you have any batch related questions, you can just drop them. You can call them Monday to Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And in case while running the batch, while we are proceeding with the batch, if you want to ask anything, just click on the raise option. Sorry, you can raise your hand or you can drop in the message in the chat box so that I'll proceed with the session. Let's proceed. First of all, let's take the quick recap of what we have discussed yesterday. Students, yesterday we discussed that what actually the Python is. Python is a simple platform independent, highly interpreted programming language. And it is also high level programming language. So kinds of application we have discussed about. How many kinds of applications we can develop? See, while preceding this, we discussed about that we can go ahead with the website development. We can go ahead with the gaming applications development. We can go ahead with the AI applications also, desktop GUI, image processing applications. If you want to go ahead with YouTube, audio and video based applications, you need to have knowledge of Python software. Then we can solve numerical and complex mathematical operations with the help of Python. That in the case of software development, CAD and CAM based applications, automation industry is also using this. If you want to build your career in data as a data analysis and data analytics, you need to have the knowledge of Python. So let's start with the Python. We have discussed about the history of Python, that it was conceived in the year 1980 and was brought into the action in year 1989. Officially, it was released to the industry in the year 1991, February 20. And Guido van Rossum was the father of Python programming language. So he developed the Python programming language. So he is known as the father of Python programming language. It was developed at CWI Institute in Netherlands, that is Centrum Wiskunde Informatica. Just a second. After that, we have started discussing about that ABC programming language is the predecessor of the Python programming language. Now, Python software is managed and maintained by a non-commercial organization right now also, that is Python Software Foundation, PSF. And official website of Python Software Foundation is www.python.org, from where we can easily and freely download this. Now, if we talk about the versions of Python which MNCs are using, we have three versions of Python. One is the major version, two is the major version, and three is the major. After dot, like point decimal, whatever values do we have, like 0.x, 0.1, 0.3, 0.4, 0.7 are the minor versions. Okay, now Python 1.x is outdated nowadays, but some of the MNCs are still using Python 2.x and so on. Python 3.13. 3.13 is the latest version. So I request you all to go ahead with the Python's website, www.python.org, and download 3.13.04. Now, after that, we have started discussing that Python is inspired from the 4 different programming languages. That is, it has learned functional programming language from C. object-oriented programming from C++, modular programming language from Modulo 3, and scripting from Perl. It has 11 features: simple, freeware, and open source, platform independent language, dynamically typed programming language, highly interpreted programming language, high level programming language, robust, extensible, embedded, and both functional and object oriented, and also support the third party APIs. To solve complex mathematical operations, it takes help of the third party APIs, that is NumPy. Now let's proceed further. After that, we have started discussing about the feature. Out of 11 features, we have already discussed about the 5 features. The first feature was it is a simple programming language. It is simple because of its 3 factors. What were those? It's rich set of APIs. APIs are what? Are the libraries, so that Python programmer can reuse the predefined code. So that is the only reason Python programming language, Python programs are easy to develop. APIs are the collection of modules, and modules are the collection of functions, variable, and classes. We'll discuss about in details after this. Now, second factor was its garbage collector facility. Garbage collector facility was what does it do? What does it do when the Python program is running out of memory? What does it do? It improves the performance of Python-based applications by removing the unused memory space. Okay, it collects the regular Python programs, and if it's unused, it will remove it. So garbage collector takes care of the automatic memory management. Third factor, it's user-friendly syntaxes. Python programmer can develop the error-free programs in limited span of time with its user-friendly syntaxes. Second feature is platform independent language. Now, what does that mean? Platform, we have 2 types of languages. Platform dependent means whose data types differ from one OS to another OS. Right? When the language changes, its data type changes from one OS to another changes. Whereas in platform independent language, its data types remain same on all the OSs. So in effective platform independent language, all types of values will be stored in the form of objects, and we can store unlimited amount of data in this. Although Java also store everything in the form of objects, but it is size restricted. Whereas Python objects, we can store unlimited amount of data in this. Unlimited values can be stored in this. Third feature, freeware and open source. Now, what do we understand by freeware? If any software is said to be freeware, means it can be easily and freely downloaded from its official website, that is Python software. Now, open source, standard name of Python is CPython. Now, company vendors are coming forward and changing their customized version as their in-house tools in the company. Like JPython is used for running the Java-based applications. Aaron Python or IPython used to run .NET applications. MicroPython used to develop the microcontrollers. Ruby Python used to develop the Ruby-based applications, and Anaconda Python used to run the Hadoop applications. Hadoop applications are what? Big data applications. Next is dynamically typed programming language. Now we have 2 types of programming language. One is static type, second is dynamically typed. Now, what is a static type programming language? Static type programming language is a language where we need to define a variable with the data. Otherwise, we'll get the compile time. Like Java is a static type programming language. Their declaration is mandatory. Like integer A, B, C is a variable, and it is mandatory to declare what kind of variable it is. So we have written here integer value. So A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to A plus B. I have given you the examples yesterday. So just go through it, you will come to know about it. Next is dynamically typed programming language, sorry. That is a programmer where we need not to specify the data type. We need not to specify the data type. Data type variable will be automatically decided by the Python execution environment. Like I have written a is equal to 10. Now I'm writing a is equal to 10. If I write print a type of a, I'm not declaring it. Now Python command prompt is declaring it as 10 is an integer value. 10 is an integer value. Now print b type of b. What type of value it is? This is a floating point value. All the decimal number values known to be a floating point values. Number with decimal places. Now, the output we have got C is equal to A plus B. Now, when we write print C, type of C, we'll get the floating point value. This is a floating point value. So, all the values in Python programs are stored in the form of objects, and Python is a dynamically typed programming language. We are not declaring the data. Is this clear till here, students? Any questions? Any questions to you? Whatever we have discussed? No questions. Good. Very good. Now let's go ahead. Now we'll be discussing about the fifth feature, that is interpreted. Although we have discussed this yesterday also, but today I want it to be more clear. Students, whenever we save the file in Python program, we need to save it through the extension. Which extension? File name .py. So whenever we execute the Python programs, two processes takes place internally. Now, first is compilation and second is execution process. Now, if we talk about the compilation process, the source code means the file name will be submitted to the Python compiler. And it will go ahead with the source code, check for the errors. If we'll get the errors, then it will be displayed on the console. If no error found, then Python compilers convert it into the intermediate code, that is a bytecode. Now, internally, it will be stored with extension.pyc, means filing.pyc. And if the errors will be there, it will be displayed. Now, execution process. Now, this is a compilation process. Now, what is the execution process? PVM reads the Python intermediate code. Now, what is a Python intermediate code? That is a Python. Line by line and converts it into the machine understandable language. Now, we all know what is a machine understandable language, binary language. Read by the OS and processor, and finally, it gives the results. Now, what is PVM? We are talking about the PVM. PVM is Python virtual machine. And its role in Python software to read the source code line by line and convert it into the machine understandable code. Let's understand this with the help of diagram. Now, this is the execution environment. I have saved one file with .py extension. Now, I am saving one file, some .py. This is a source code. Now, when the compilation process takes place, it will read the source code. Here, it will read the source code internally. If no error found, then it will convert it into the intermediate code with some .pyc. If the errors will be there, here only, if it finds any error in the syntax, that will be displayed on the console. And we'll get the syntax error. Once it is converted to the intermediate code, that is a Python. PVM execution phase changes. Now, what will happen? PVM reads the Python intermediate code. Here, it will go ahead and read the Python intermediate code and convert it into the machine understandable format, that is a binary code, which is read by the OS, operating system. And finally, it gives the results. Sudhir wanted to ask the question. Yes, Sudhir, please unmute yourself. Sudhir, do you want to ask any question?
Yeah, actually, PVM is a interpreter or a compiler.
See, what do you want to ask? It is, I'm not understanding your question.
PVM is,
It is a Python virtual machine, dear. It is the intermediate code. See, PVM is what is it doing? It is reading the source code internally and converting it into the machine understandable. I didn't understand your question. PVM is compiler or interpreter. See, it is an interpreter. That is why it is doing the interpretation. This is what you wanted to ask?
yes, yes.
Now it's clear?
A whole code at one time or one by one line?
See, it will convert it. It will read the source code and will convert it one by one. During the compilation process listening, it will go ahead and read the source code line by line. Once it is converted to this intermediate code, means no error found, right? It will directly convert it into the machine understandable code. Like, of course, line by line, then only it will display the result, which is understandable by the end user. So they're clear.
Okay, yeah.
Anything else?
No, you can go.
See, it is written in the diagram. You can go ahead and see. It is the intermediate code. That is why it is doing all this. Now, interpretation, PVM is an interpreter. So what is happening here? PVM is going ahead and reading the language, reading the byte code and converting it one by one, line by line into the binary code. And finally giving the result, which is displayed on the console, understandable by the end user. Now let's proceed further. Any other question? Yes, no, okay, okay. Let's proceed further now. Let's proceed further. Clear till here? Shall we proceed with the next feature? Very good. Let's go ahead with the next feature. Next feature is high-level programming language. Now, what do we understand by high-level programming language? Students, we have two types of programming language. First one is low-level programming language, and second one is high-level programming language. Now, what is the difference between low-level programming language and high-level programming language? Now, when we talk about the low-level programming language, whenever we represent the data, see, we have two types of programming languages. Now, whenever we, in the low-level programming language, whenever we represent the data in low-level data like binary, octal, and hexadecimal, which is not understandable by the programmer or the end user, right? We will get the output exactly like that. So that is the language is known to be the low-level programming language. Like I am writing A is equal to 0B, and this is something of big data in a binary format. Now, are you people understanding this? Is it possible for all of us to understand this? No. We need to do the conversion at this time to understand this. Or if it's in the octal format, will we be able to understand this? No. We again need to do the conversion. Hexadecimal also, again, we need to do the conversion. But in the high-level programming language, if it is written in the binary format, octal formats, hexadecimal format, we will be getting the output in the decimal number system format, which is understandable by everyone, which is understandable by end user. Let me show you with the help of this. Now, Python is a high-level programming language. I'm storing once A is equal to 0B. See, whenever we are going to talk about the binary number system, it will be represented by 0B, either in the lowercase or in the uppercase. Now I'm writing 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Do you understand this? What actually the value is? No. We don't know what actually the value is. We need to do the conversion. Now, if I write print A, type of A, it will automatically be converted. It will automatically get converted. Let me write B is equal. Now, again, I'm writing 0. B this time I'm writing in capital because this represents the binary number system format. Now 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. Now, do we know the value? No. Print B, type of B. See, it's 949. This is the integer one. Or if I write C is equal to 0B 111011010 plus 0, I'm sorry, just a second, plus 0B 1111110. Now, print C, type of C. Got the option. Clear to everyone? Now let's take the octal number system. Let's take A is equal to 0O. Now the octal number system will be presented with 0O, either in the uppercase or in the lowercase. Now I'm writing 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, do we understand the value? No. So let's go ahead and let me write print A type of thing. It will automatically get converted. B is equal to, now again, 0, O. 1, 2, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 6, 4, 6. Now print B, type of. Let's take hexadecimal. Now, A is equal to, or I'm simply writing 0x. It will be represented with 0x. Now 0x, let me write FA, not V, 1, 2. See, got the values. Or 0x, sorry, 0x. Now I'm writing BEV. Got the order. That is the only reason, because it is converting whatever we are presenting the data in the lower level data, like binary, octal, hexadecimal. And what is the high level programming language? It is converting it into the decimal number system data, which is understandable by everyone, by the programmer also and by the end user also. So that is why it is known to be a high level programming language. Clear to you guys? Clear to you guys? Any questions? Students, yesterday I've told you I want my class to be interactive. So please confirm, drop in the message. Is that clear to you? Please just, is that clear? Just drop in the message in the chat box. What about the other students? Only 3 students has replied yet. No problems. Let's proceed further. Now, this is the difference between the low-level programming language and high-level programming language. Next feature. If we want to ask data type as octal, how we can? See, I'll tell you. Once we'll proceed with the data type, Sudhir will definitely discuss about it. You'll come to know. You'll come to know about it. Once we'll start the data types, you'll come to know. Fine? Let me complete the features first. I'll teach you the conversion type also. How to go ahead and do the conversion if you want to check our answer. Shall I proceed? Good. Let's go ahead. Now, robust. What is robust? Why it is known to be a robust programming language? Robust means strong. Python is one of the robust programming language because of its exception handling. Now, what is exceptions? Whenever we run the program and we are getting the error, while running the program, that error are known as exceptions. And why it is easy to manage? Because exceptions by default generates the technical error messages, right? So if the end user will be unable to understand that, in order to convert those exceptions into the user-friendly error messages is known as exception. Getting me? Once we are running the program and we are getting the errors, but definitely it will generate the technical error messages. Now, converting those technical error messages into user-friendly error messages is known as exception handling. So Python is known to be a robust programming language because of its exception handling. If the Python program is uses the exception handling, the Python program is known to be the robust. Now, how this exception handling will take place, I'll tell you once we'll proceed further. We'll discuss about it in details. Next is extensible. Extensible. Why the Python program is known to be extensible? Because it provides its facilities to the other programming languages also. Like Python code can be written in Java also, in C++ also, in other programming languages. So it is known to be an extensible programming language. Next is embedded. Why it is known to be embedded? Because Python programming can call the other programming languages coding segment for its fastest execution. Like it can call C programming code also for its fastest execution. Next is extensive support for third-party APIs. Now, what does that mean? The Python libraries, or that is APIs also, can do many tasks and operations, but still it is unable to solve some complex operations, right? And in order to go ahead with, like if I want to go ahead with analysis tool, what I need to do is I need to go to the, otherwise we'll be going through the Excel sheet and then we'll be maintaining the data. But it, with the help of NumPy, it is solving the numerical calculations quickly. And Pandas work as its analysis tool. Matplotlib work as its data visualization, So it also supports the third-party APIs. That's it. Is this clear till here? Any questions? Shashi want to ask the question. Yes, Shashi, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes,
Can you
Shashi.
hear? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, can you go on just before slides? Can you click on that?
Yes, you want to know the slides before
Yeah.
this.
Just
Okay, just a moment. Yes.
next one.
This one, embedded.
Next one. Yeah. Here you are available extensive support for third-party API, right?
Yes.
So then Panda analysis tool and these types of tool. I have questions. All these tools part of Python, yeah, it's of so any third party. So you can integrate any third party API also. Yeah, you need to use
Yes. See, listen, we need to import these. First of all, when we are downloading, were you there in the last class? First session?
No.
You were not there. I've
Yeah.
told you the way. Let me show you. Just a moment. Once we'll download this from its official website, we are downloading www.python.org. Now, this is the official website. Just go to it. Once you click on this, you'll get the screen like this. There you need to go to the downloads. And Once you click on this, you need to go ahead, download Python 13.3. Now, once you click, see, it's already downloaded. So let me open this. See, here we need to click on install now, which includes ideally pip tool and documentation creates shortcuts and file association. Please, you need to click on this. Once you click on this, you will get the pip tool. And once, if you want to proceed with the third-party API, the third-party tool, what you need to do is you need to install with the help of pip tool. Okay. Like if I want to go ahead with the NumPy, I need to download it with the help of pip tool in the command prompt. It will be automatically done. And then we need to import it. Once we want to work it, we'll import it and we can work on this. So third-party tool, as I've told you, third-party tool, we always need to go ahead and download.
Okay.
Okay, it uses the third-party API. Clear?
Got it.
Got it. Okay. Okay, let's proceed further now. Any question, any other students? No question? Let's go ahead with Sudhir wanted to ask the question again. Yes, Sudhir, please unmute yourself.
Command and use like a library in the Python, right?
Pip tool, yes.
Okay. So what were the third party you shown? Pip and all the 5 things
Let me
in the
show
last
you.
slide.
You need to
We can
go
use.
ahead with the command prompt. Just go on the command prompt. Yes, this is click on this. Now, this command prompt, difference between this is a command prompt of Python software.
Yes.
Right? And
Yes.
you need to go in the systems command prompt. Here you need to download whatever tool you want to go ahead with. You need to download it from here.
Yeah.
I am not able to find mic to unmute and ask question. Pulakeshi, at that time, you just need to raise your hand. I will unmute you. Okay? And if
And
you want,
one
just
more
raise your hand.
question.
Just a second, Sudhir. One
Yeah.
student is asking me. I'm just telling him. Just raise your hand. I'll unmute you. Okay. Yes, Sudhir. Yes, ask me.
And in the other programming language, the compiler is used for as a source code to at a one go it is going to convert the program. But an interpreter is used to work for one by one line. But here you in your slide it is showing that compiler and the interpreter both are going to execute one by one line. So kindly clear this
See,
point.
listen. There is a execution process and compilation process. Both are the different. There is a difference between both. See, this is a, just a second. Now, this is a compilation process. What happens is this is a source code. I've saved one file with .py extension, right? Some .py or anything, AOP, there are a lot many things, multiplication.py, anything. Now, compilation process, what happens in this? I have written one program. Once I write the program, what happens is this, if there is any error in the syntax, that error, syntax, you understand what actually the syntax is?
Yes, I understand.
You understand. That syntax will be displayed on the console, that you have syntax error in this line.
Yeah.
Getting me? And if no error is there, then it will convert it into the bytecode. That is with some .py. See, this is the intermediate code, and this is the
Yes.
internal process. As I've told you, the standard name of Python was CPython, right? So that is why it is converting. This is the intermediate code. We cannot see that, right? This is the internal process. Now, after that, when the execution process takes place, it will never go ahead and do it we can see the display, the result will be displayed only at once, but internally it will be done line by line.
Yeah, interpreter will do one by one line. I am agree.
Yes.
But compiler will do read the whole source program at a one time.
Yes,
So
it
that
will
is my
check,
confusion.
it will read it line by line
Yeah,
and
yeah,
check in which line do we have the error, whether it's in first line, whether it is in second line, whether it is in third line, it will display that.
yeah, yeah.
Clear?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Just a second. Just hold for a minute, students. Thank you. Okay, so do you still want to ask the question? Do you still want to ask the question? No. Okay. Now Pulakeshi wants to ask me the question. Yes, let me unmute you. Yes. Now please unmute yourself.
Yeah, here the difference between Python compiler and PVM is Python compiler is executed line by line and compile it, and PVM is converted line to a binary, right? Binary code. The difference I am asking, Python compiler and PVM difference.
See, the thing is, see, once I'm saving one file, let me show you with example. See, I'm saving one file with any name. That doesn't mean, right? Let me show you with the programs which I have done for my students. Let me show you the program. That will be helpful for you. Let's go to the programs. Now I have so many examples. Now let me go ahead and open this one. Now, what I'm doing is let me close this and open it into the command prompt. Wherever I've written this, just a second. It's open. And I want to go ahead with, let me go ahead, just a second. I'll open that for you. I'll show you with example. Now, this is a program which I'm going to open, multiplication document. But this is the program I have written, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this program. Let's go ahead and try to run this. I'm going to run this in the command prompt. It says multiplication dot. See, now it is asking for the value. It is asking for the value. If I'll make the changes in this, let me delete this. All right. Now let's try to run this program. Let me save this first. Now let's go ahead and try to run this program again. Just a second. Multiplication dot. Now, see, nothing is happening.
Oh,
Nothing is happening. Or let me write print enter first value. Now this is I have written. Let me save this. Let's go to the command prompt one more time. Now it is not. Now let me close this. It's stuck here. Let me go ahead. Let's go to the command prompt. Now we are getting the output. Now what I'm going to do is see in this program, let me delete this. Let me save this. Let me write just one more time. Okay. mul.py. Now enter first value, second value. 12, 142. S1 is not defined. Which error we have got here? Name error. The error will be displayed. In which line it is? Line number 8. Are you getting me?
Yes, yeah.
Are you getting me? How we will get the errors? It will be displayed. In this program, we have error in line number 8. A is equal to float of S1, where S1 is not defined. Once we go ahead, this is a simple error. We can also go ahead and we will get the syntax or error also. We will get the syntax or error also. Now, if I want to go ahead with C, now I'm writing like this. Let's go ahead again. Twelve, 2. What I need to do? Again, C is not defined. Getting me, students? Why? Because if the syntax mistakes is there, we will get the syntax error. Clear to you? It will be displayed. Sudhir wanted to ask the question. Pulakeshi, is that clear to you?
Yeah, clear. Thank you.
Good. Yes, Sudhir, please unmute yourself.
Compilation error used to come as you are showing, it is fine. When there is no error, then the PYC file will be created in the same folder, or it will be going in the bin folder.
It will remain there only.
So
It will be, this is an internal process. That is what I'm telling you. This is an internal process.
yeah, I understand this is internal process.
Yes.
I wanted to ask that this after, because compilation and execution happen in the Python at the same time. So
It will remain in that
huh,
folder only. It will
in the
remain
same
in that
in
folder.
that folder. Yeah. So kindly execute this program without any error and show
I'll
that.
show you. I'll show you. Just a
Yeah,
moment. Just be online. I'll show you. See. Let me write this program. Well, 25. Just a second. The error is there. I haven't saved it. I made the changes, but I haven't saved it. Okay. Let me write it. C is not defined. Just a second. I haven't saved it yet.
C data type is not defined. I think that's why it might be.
See, got here.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yes.
If the
So
error will be there, if the syntax error will be there, once we'll write the program, that will be immediately displayed. Right? But here, I am giving this is a name error. It is displayed where I have made the mistake.
some compiled file will be can show the error, show the folder where the compiled file is also created, PYC file.
See, the thing is, Sudhir, we are just on a start.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
there are a lot many other students also who are even not aware of the basics of Python.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Once we'll proceed further, I'll tell you each and everything because these features will not stop here. We'll discuss about these in details also. Okay, once we'll start further, we'll let you know each and everything. Go ahead. Thank you. Thank you, Sudhir. See, students, we should understand that some students are very new to the Python. They are even new to the programming language. They are not the programmers and they want to learn the Python. They even don't know what actually the syntax is. Once I'll start teaching them, sometimes I need to tell them that syntax are exactly like the formulas. Like we have in mathematics, formulas, syntaxes are like that in the programming. So I need to tell them, I'm teaching you from the scratch. So please, if you have such questions, we will definitely discuss about it and clear it once we proceed further. After the basics, after the 12th day, from the 13th day onwards, we'll be proceeding with the programs. And there, whatever we'll discuss in the class, we'll go ahead and do the programs also. Clear? Clear to everyone? Satisfied with the answer? Yes. Yes. Good. See, we can see lot many things here. We will come to know in details about each and everything. Let's go ahead. Now we started about discussing about the identifiers and literals in Python. Let's proceed with the topic. Now, when we are talking about the identifiers and literals, what does that mean? Identifiers and literal. Literal is the in Python are nothing but the values passing to the Python programs. Means we have variables also. Now, what are variables? Let's discuss about it. Now, variable is an identifier whose values can be changed during the execution of the program. And if we talk about the literals, literals are the values passing to the Python program. Like if I'm writing A, I'm writing A is equal to 10. Now, what happens is A is what? A is a variable. And if we talk about 10, 10 is what? 10 is a literal. So literals are the values passing to the Python program. Programmatically, whenever we write any program, a Python program, we must enter the inputs, and such inputs are known as the values or literals. A is what? It is a variable, and 10 is a literal or value. Yes, literals are assigned to the variable. Now, hence, all types of values are literal. All types of values are literals. Let's proceed further. Now, we have 5 types of literals. Let's talk about them. We have 5 types of literal: integer literal, floating point literal, str literal, Boolean literals, and collection literals. We are going to talk about them in details. Now, what do we understand by identifiers, or that is also known as variable? So whenever we make any input or literal, they are stored in the main memory by allocating the sufficient amount of memory space with the help of data types. Now, the process of data, which was stored in the main memory as a programmer, we should give some distinct name to identify it, right? And that is known as identifier, which will identify the value, and also known as the variables. Now, let me show you. I have written here A. Let me show you just a second. A is equal to 10. Now, if I write print A, I will get the output. Now, in case if the value is changed, print A. A is equal to 12. Now, print A. Now, the value is changed to 12. What has happened to 10? If we want to get the 10 again, we need to write this, because that it's removed by the garbage collector. Garbage collector will come and remove it. What will happen? It is removed. Now we are getting the new output, that is 12. So what is A? A is a variable which helps us to identify the value. Value is what? Literal. So 12 is a literal, A is an identifier. So, and all the variables, please remember, all type of variables are called objects, because as I've told you, whatever we'll store will be stored in the form of objects in Python. Clear? Clear? Now, there are certain rules to use the identifiers or variables in Python program. Now, what are those? Please remember, let me write. Variable is, let me write, can be a combination of, listen to me, combination of alphabets, right, digits, and special symbol. Now, what is that special symbol? Special symbol, that is underscore only. It can be a combination of alphabets, digits, and special symbol underscore only. Either it can start with an alphabet or it can start with a special symbol underscore. The first letter of variable name must start with either with the alphabet or with the underscore. It should not start with the digits. Like if I write A is equal to, or let me write 1 ABC is equal to 10. This will be invalid. Syntax error. Invalid decimal notation. In spite of this, if I write ABC, or let me write salary 123 is equal to 45. Now print salary 123 and get the order. Right now, if I start this with underscore salary is equal to 4.5. Now, this is valid, acceptable. In spite of this, if I use the dollar symbol, is equal to 4.5, error, invalid syntax. Now, if I'll start, see, I'm using underscore. Now, after this, I'm using the digit 1, 2, 3 is equal to 5.6. This is also acceptable. If I write underscore 1, 2, 3 underscore is equal to 5.6, this is also acceptable. Or if I write underscore salary underscore is equal to 56 or 5.6, this is also acceptable. So please remember that it can be a combination of alphabets, digits as a special symbol, that is underscore, but the first letter should be the alphabet or underscore, not the digit. Digits are not acceptable. Now, no special symbols are allowed within the variable except underscore. Please remember, no special symbol. No special symbol except underscore are allowed. Are allowed. Right? And hash, I'm using hash. Hash is used for commenting in Python. Hash is used for commenting in Python. Why it is not? This is a syntax, Akhilesh. Akhilesh, this is a syntax and we need to follow that. Once I'm changing it or I'm using one ABC, we are getting the syntax error. Let me show you some more examples. If I write salary is equal to 45, this is acceptable. Now I'm using employee space salary. Now space is a special symbol is equal to 5.6. This is invalid. Again, we have got the error. Now if I write salary hash, hash is used for commenting. Employee is equal to 56. 45 in display. Why? Why? Anyone can tell me? Because it will take it as a, yes, that is fine, but any specific reason they will syntax like this? See, Akhilesh, I'm not a developer, the Python language developer. Yes, so they're right. Right, no except. Except underscore, you're exactly right. Except underscore, no other symbol is allowed. Akhilesh, don't mind, but this is something, this is a fact. We need to follow the syntaxes. Now, let's go ahead. Now, if I write salary employee is equal to 56, is it acceptable? Again, syntax error. Again, syntax error. Yes. Sudhir, you're right. Compilers are designed like that. So these are the rules which we need to follow. Clear to everyone? Yes. Java has its own rules. C++ has its own rule. Python has its own rules. We need to follow the syntaxes. Shall we proceed further now? Yes, good. Now I'm using salary. Now I'm using dollar and employee is equal to 67. It is acceptable? No. Again, here. Hash is used for commenting, so that is why it is taking it. It will be concluding it as a salary only. Now, if I write A hash salary is equal to 45. 12. Why 12? Why 12? Anyone can tell me. Because here I have given the value of A is equal to 12. Clear to you? Akhilesh, is this clear now? Rest is comment. Yes. Akhilesh, is this clear to you? Good. Now, no keywords to be used as variables because keywords are reserved for the programming language, like else is equal to 45. We'll get the error. It is an alphabet, but if and else are the keywords. In spite of this, if I write else 1 is equal to 25, it is acceptable. Okay, Shika want to ask the question. Yes, Shika, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, actually, you have mentioned A hash salary equals to 45, right? The output it has given 12, right?
Yes.
And you have mentioned in the in the above, like you have mentioned A equals to 12. That is the
Yes.
output it has taken 12. So why not it has not taken 10 instead of it has taken 12?
See, that is what I have told you, that it will only remember the latest value.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this was the garbage collector and will remove the variable and literal from this. They will not
Okay.
remember that. They will only remember the latest value.
Okay, okay. So this is the
Okay.
latest value it has taken the output of it.
Yes, yes. It will not take it as 10. For that, I need to write again. I need to write 10 again, like A is equal to 10. Then only if I'll write A, I'll get the 10.
Okay, so now if you are putting this A hash
Yes.
salary
If
equals to
I'll write
45.
A hash cell is equal to 45, I'll get 10.
Okay, so the latest value it is taking the output of.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, got it. Thank you.
I'm not able to see others and chat of others. Yes, because it is not allowed from my side. You want to see? I'll display it. Clear to everyone, students? Any questions? Any questions till now? Let's proceed further. Now we were talking about if and else. If and else are the keywords. Like if I write if is equal to 45, that is again not acceptable. In spite of this, if I write underscore if, that is acceptable. If and else are the keywords, so they are not allowed. If I write int is equal to 45, integer is equal to 45, that is valid because all class names are keywords. All class names are not keywords. So this is a class name, but this is not a keyword. If and else are. Now all variable names are case sensitive. Like I'm writing age is equal to 90. Valid. Age is equal to 20. Now I'm writing age is equal to 21. Now I'm writing A, G capital E is equal to 22. Now we have the different ages. Yes, that is what I'm telling you, that valid because all the class names are not the keywords. All the class names are not the keywords. Now, these are case sensitive. Now, if I write print age, after that age, comma, age, and age, we will get the output 19, 20, 21, 28. See, some class names are the keywords, but some are not. That is what I'm telling you. All class names are not the keywords. Fine. So all the variable names are case sensitive. We need to take care of the cases also. Now, let's go ahead and understand. It is always recommend to use the user-friendly variables name. I always recommend you to go ahead and use the user-friendly username. Like if I write total salary of an, let me write total salary of an, sorry, employee is equal to 45. Is it valid? Yes, it is. But is it understandable? It is not. So what I can do is, I always recommend to write like this. Salary, then underscore employee is equal to 45. It is acceptable also and recommended also. It is acceptable also and recommended also. Clear? Shashi Kumar, what is time? What do you want to ask? Time of the session? You want to know? It's 7 to 8. If you have any questions, that is okay. Otherwise, we can wind up the session. It's not like that. I cannot drop you the question. I cannot drop the questions of yours. I want to be clear to everyone. I want the concept should be clear to everyone. Is this clear to everyone now? Is this clear? Yes. Very good. Very good. So let's wind up the session now. Let's wind up the session now. Tomorrow we'll be discussing about the data types in Python. Tomorrow is the third session, third demo session. So if you want to go ahead and enroll yourself, go ahead and enroll. Students, please remember that once you will enroll, tomorrow's recording will not be uploaded. It will be sent to the paid candidate only. 2 recordings will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. So go ahead, enroll yourself if you want the recordings. Fine, that is okay. That is my duty check. That is okay. Anything else I can help you with? Nothing. Okay. So let's wind up the session. Rest we'll discuss tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Sudhir want to ask the question. Yes, Sudhir, please unmute yourself.
uh, 40 days program, till means which topics are going to cover? Are you covering the frameworks?
Yes, data frames we are going to cover.
Okay.
We'll cover each and everything. You must be having the course content with you.
No, that is not handy with me. That's why I'm asking.
Just go to the support team, talk to them. If you want, I can provide you the number again so that you can talk to
I had
them.
mailed them. I had mailed them.
Okay, you have mailed them. Okay, no problem. You'll get the course content. Just go through it and then we'll start. Because
Sure, sure.
this is a program, or this is a course from where we are going to start from the scratch and we'll go till NumPy and everything. We'll go further with that. We'll discuss about some details.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you. Any other students wants to ask the question? No questions. Okay, let's wind up the session now. We'll see you tomorrow, students. Thank you for your patience. Goodbye and take care of yourself.